All right. Didn't mean to hit the button before I got going, but we got some rain about 1 o'clock this morning till 4 o'clock. We're gonna start this. You can hear the thunder now. I may not be able to work as much, but it's my brother-in-law. Let's see. If you ever want to steal it, keys are always in all my vehicles. But we're gonna start this up, let her warm up. I gotta pull this out. That way I can pull the skid steer out and then get it greased and fueled. Oh, that's good for it. Let me figure something out. All right, I found the positive side. The hold down screw, or like the hold nut on the batteries, was loose, so I had some tools to tighten it up. I got some DEF going in. I put some hydraulic fluid. I think it's because of the mulcher end leaking, so gotta watch it. Which I'm so far down low, it usually spills a bunch. So but we're gonna go ahead and get this running after we get this topped off. We'll get this moved. That way I can get on the other side, because it's right in the briars and I'd rather not have to unload it like that. So I'm gonna back it up and put it in a little further over. So anyway, we'll get to it. It's already starting to look real dark, and it's showing there's rain close by. So I mean, even if I can get 3 or 4 hours in, that's the least I gotta do tomorrow after church. So when I get off after church, then probably come over and start finishing out the remainder of the day. But we still got a few days out here mulching some fence lines, because my brother-in-law just bought some land over here on the back side of his property, so we'll drive with a machine. So anyway, let's get everything going and get it greased. All right, so we got the fuel is about halfway. I've got a 5-gallon jug in the car, my dad's little car, since I don't have a fuel tank or a truck anymore. We're gonna wait for this to get to 100 degrees on the hydraulics. DEF is pretty good. So we're fixing to back this off, and there's a little spot right over there next to that boat on the edge of the fence where that power line pole's at. It's kind of growed up, and there's a bunch of like, oh, there it goes, the ridge in. I'm gonna mulch it so that way I can park the truck there now. I'm gonna go get my lowboy too and bring it over here as well, after I have it repaired. So I think it's gonna probably cost me about $1,000 to have somebody come in and weld it up and gouge it and all that stuff. So so we're gonna try to get the lowboy fixed, probably fix both of these up and sell them. I'll do like my semi, but I'll have the 450 back, so it's a brand new motor in it, so it's kind of like a new truck. I like the semi, but it's got some things I don't like about it. It don't have a jake brake, but I'm also not a truck driver either, so I'm not professional at gearing up or gearing down. But I can find gears and all that stuff without, clutching and stuff like that. But I'm not a professional going up and down hills, and it's not pulling this way. It's 25,000 pounds with my grapple, bucket, skid steer, and the mulcher, and some chains and all that stuff. So I'm about 25,000 pounds, 26,000. And it just don't want to, this truck doesn't want to pull it. So that's why I got a newer truck instead of a brand new truck. That's what's wrong with these kids nowadays. They go buy brand new trucks. It's nice to have a brand new truck. You ain't got to worry about it, but you can find something that's probably 5-6 years older than, but not new, but not wore out. So, but anyway, we're going to try to mulch up here, and we'll be back tomorrow. By the time I get started, we got rain coming in, and you can kind of sit back over there. And when I looked at it, by the time I got started, it'd be pouring down, and where we're going is like a creek side. And I would just rather wait till tomorrow, because Alabama's got, like, the northeast Alabama doesn't have much rain. We ain't had rain in several weeks, so it's dry. So So it'll soak it up pretty quick. So after church, I'll just be back here. I know my wife don't like me working 7 days a week, but we got a baby on the way. So she's already halfway through the pregnancy, so I got to get in, and we've got 10 jobs as of right now. Since my truck's down, today is, that way you can kind of see, because I'll have a video out before I even get my truck back, because next week they're supposed to have it back. So today is September 6th. I still ain't heard nothing about my truck. They called me like last, so today's Saturday. I think I talked to them Tuesday or Wednesday about my truck, so it's going to cost extra $5,000 on top of the $9,500 for that motor to swap it over, because it's a 2020 going into 2017. So, but yeah, it's always my luck. So I'm trying to get out here and make some money. After I did that little small bush hogging job yesterday, made like 225 bucks, so 75 an hour for a tractor. So I did it for 3 hours, so that's $225. So wasn't bad, wasn't good. So, but it was close to the house, so I made some money. But I got a bunch of mulching jobs and dirt work coming, but I don't have a truck, so I'm trying not to lose them. But we'll get back to them, and let's get at it. It's almost 4 minutes of me talking about it, so I just kind of want to keep you up to date. Well, I kind of started with that, and I was like, oh, I'm missing something. Yep, sure enough, forgot. So kind of went and kind of mulched this whole side over here. That way, when I can get to it. Sometimes I get carried away. Sometimes I can't tell where the line or the fence line's at. We are back after several days. I started that video, and I was going to come back the next day. Ended up, we went to church and we went to something else. We done something else, but we're at my father-in-law's. Got my work truck here. It's not a 450. I'm going to tell you something about the 450 as well. So the motor I bought ended up having turbo damage, and then it chewed up plastic, put it into the engine. So long story short, a lot of cuss words. It's the fact of is somebody drove me to my point of I was trying to give them an opportunity to do something right, but they didn't. And then he just saying, you're saying the same thing over and over. I'm like, I'm telling you, we can do this two ways. You can either do right and help me out, or I'm gonna have to sue you. So he said, go ahead and sue me. I was like, well, it ain't gonna look good for you. So but it's the fact of he keeps blaming a diesel shop that's been in business for 20 something years, saying that that they was doing dirty work and this and that. I'm like, well, first off, they've had my truck for almost 3 weeks. They started on the motor, pulled the motor off, or pulled the turbo off of it, there's damage to the turbo. Very, like, you threw nuts and bolts into a turbo. And it damaged the fins, but also it chewed plastic, and then there's evidence, there's large chunks of plastic in the intake of the piston. So what does that tell you? But you know, that's sad. You got to sue somebody, they can't do something right. But that's $9,500 engine that's toasted. So which it's toasted in a way, but still I paid $9,500. I'm gonna have to have it built. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and start mulching today. I've got a bunch of jobs. It's just the fact of that semi is not ready to roll. I need a pickup truck and something that's not commercially freaking straining on you, is because everything costs more if you go commercial. So we're going to go ahead and get this warmed up, cleaned up, double check everything, all the fluids, and then we're going to go other side over that way and start mulching some property lines. I'm in the process of maybe looking at some trucks to get by for now, but it's probably gonna take a couple weeks. So we're just gonna have to figure out what we could do here. So let's get to it. All right, we're rolling down the road here. There's some of our cows, which it's not all mine, but I've got 3 cows out there. Probably gonna have to sell some of them, or sell 3 of them just to be able to help me buy a motor. It's crazy how much cows are nowadays. My camera just went on the fritz, it's vibration, but so we'll have to probably sell my 3 cows to be able to buy a motor. So that, or either sell it to pay for labor. I thought about going and buying another truck, but with these truck prices, 300,000 mile truck, still mid-20s, get out of here. And then salesmen think they're a flex when they sell 500 trucks that you're just selling to gullible kids out here buying diesels out here to blow smoke out of a place like you saw. But anyway, we still got a little bit to go. Probably another. The way this is going, it's probably going to be a little bit. I got a phone call. Let me take it. All right, it's crazy how much you pay for these freaking GoPros, and they just so super finicky and stuff happens to it. But we got this property right here. My brother-in-law owns all the way up there. There's a pond next to the chicken houses. We marked off this ribbon right here for me to start, but when looking at the app now, mine wouldn't cooperate with me, so it's showing I'm too far over. I need to be like another 5 foot over from the culvert. So the culvert comes out, and then it starts tapering down into like a little triangle. So now I talked to my father-in-law, which he's got property on the other side, but he knows these farmers, so he's going to come out and talk to me before I do anything else. So I don't want to make enemies for them, so we're going to make sure before we're going to do some handshaking, make sure everything's good. So I'm gonna wait for them to get here, and then we'll get started. is like really smooth and it's got like crispy edges on it. They're like kind of like a